this is Berlin Biker. I'm about an hour northeast of Berlin right now, just cruising around. I found this really cool stack of wood, basically. So I decided to take some photos for an upcoming project that I'm excited to talk about. A few things I want to talk about today on the ride. First thing is some of the first initial thoughts of my bike. I've had it for about 1,500 kilometers now, so I feel like I've broken the bike in. I have some ideas on what I like, what I don't like, things like that. And then I really just want to make more short videos of 1 to 2 minute long clips of me just blasting through some corners and some good roads. Put some music behind them because it seems like you guys really enjoy those videos. So let's gear up and let's go for a ride. Alright guys. Good morning. I guess I already said good morning. Let's start again. Alright guys, we're back on the bike. I'm just gearing up, putting my gloves back on. I spent a little longer than I expected taking some photos and stuff, because you always want to take photos in front of these really cool like stack logs, but it's really hard to usually find them or get to them on a bike. But I was able to do so I'll take advantage. Let's see. What do I want to talk about this bike? This bike, I've had it for officially 1,840 kilometers, which is not a lot in my mind. So I've had the bike for about just over 3 months now. And when I was thinking about this, when I was like getting insurance and stuff, I was like, all right, I'm easily going to ride like 10,000 kilometers a year. But in reality, like, there's no way in hell that's going to happen. Just the seasons don't cooperate. Like if I was in Atlanta or Texas or something like that, where, you know, even though it's hot, you can ride the majority of the year. So I'm very jealous of all of you, Motonosity and Jake the Garden Snake and Chase on 2 wheels. All you cool guys who live in the south of the states and don't have to deal with shitty rain and snow and seasons. But I guess that's a different vlog, or probably no one gives a go and cares if I vlog about that. So, what do I want to talk about as I'm going up these cute little back roads? My train of thought might slow if I get an opportunity to have a little fun on these roads, but in general, do I like the 2017 Yamaha MT07 with ABS? The answer is yes. I love this bike. I think it is a wonderful motorcycle. I think the performance for the dollar is unbeatable. It really is. I've had a lot of fun on this bike so far. It took a while to break it in due to the weather, but once I hit that like 900 kilometer mark, I feel like there are just globs of new power just able to be used. I don't know if that is an ECU thing, if someone in the factory was like, you know what, it makes sense for us to like really unleash the power of the motorcycle after we know it's been broken in. I'm not sure. Or if I'm just like crazy and I just think there's more power. But it's just like second gear, the wheel comes up. Third gear, the wheel comes up. It's just amazing. And then it comes to looks. The looks of this bike are amazing. They're beautiful. It's a beautiful bike. It really is. There's really nothing about this bike that I don't like except for the front. This little lack of windscreen. I'm gonna let this guy pass. Hopefully he does. Cool. Outside of the lack of front windscreen, or they just left it bare, and that was a €20 fix. That was super easy to fix. I think that really did a lot. The exhaust note, let's be honest here, I don't think any stock bike sounds good from the factory. Maybe a Ducati or something like that, but you know, you pay the premium to get nicer materials on those bikes in the beginning, you should expect a little nicer sound. I've already talked about getting a new exhaust. I think I'm going to just wait until I have the money to just do a bunch of things at once. I think exhaust, ECU flash, air filter, bars, throttle body, maybe new cables, brake levers. I think I'm just going to do like a 2-week project where I just do all of that at once and basically like build myself a new motorcycle. But yeah, besides that, the cost of this bike you can't beat. The insurance rate on this bike compared to like other things in the category itself, you can't beat. I'm happy with this bike. I really am. I think it's a great bike for me to buy when I was in Germany. I'm glowing with it. That being said, do I wish there was better suspension? Do I wish there was a little more power? Do I sometimes wish I bought the MT09? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. The suspension is fine for what it is. Do I sometimes get into a corner and I wish the suspension was a little bit harder? I do. I've had it a few times, and the more and more I get used to this bike, the harder and harder I'm going to be able to push it. And then I feel like there's going to be a limit on how hard I can actually push it. And this is something new to me. I've never had an issue with this riding motocross and enduro, because most of the suspension I've had on my KTMs in the past have been Ohlins or WP, where it's, you know, extremely high quality as is. Street bikes are, you don't get the same level of quality for the same money. You really have to jump past that $10,000 mark or euro mark to get that nicer suspension setup. That being said, I also wish I had a little more power on this bike. I think with the ECU flash and exhaust, like, I'm not going to make globs more power, but hopefully I'll be able to get another 15 to 20 horsepower out of everything. But at, you know, an exhaust, ECU flash, air filter, like, that's $1,500. It really is. Like, an exhaust is going to be $800 depending on what I go with. But, like, most likely it's going to be like a Leo Vince or an SC project or, you know, something like that. $800-900 right there. ECU flash I think is $300. There's a bunch of other small things that I could do, but it's at that point, you know, this bike, I could have gotten the MT09. Do I wish I did that? Yes and no. I think it is a better bike for the money. I think for a bike in Germany where I don't have a garage, I don't think I needed it. And I think the insurance was almost twice as much as what it was for this bike. I'm gonna make sure my helmet's buckled. Yeah, it is. So, I don't know. One day, I was looking at bikes the other day for prices, even though I've had this bike for a few months. I don't know, maybe something different. I like the naked bikes a lot. I saw a Ducati Street Fighter the other day, and now I'm like, oh man, how much is like a used Street Fighter 1200S? And I'm like, oh, okay, sub 10, okay, that's cool. But then you use bike and you have to deal with all of that. And then I'm thinking the other direction too. I was like, okay, the new Yamaha R6 is a beautiful bike. It really is. And I was like, okay, maybe I try a new kind of road bike and see if something like that makes me, I don't know, not happy. This bike makes me happy. All motorcycles make me happy. But it's just something else to experience on the road while I'm here in Germany. But to sum it up, am I happy that I purchased the 2017 Yamaha MT07? Yes, I'm very happy. And I think if you are a rider, an experienced rider even, like I've come from 20 years of riding motorcycles, and this is one of my first few rides on the road, so I consider myself a pretty experienced rider, and I'm happy with this bike. If you want more power, if you want, you know, something a little more track focused or sporty or something like that, maybe this bike isn't for you. But if this is your first bike, your second bike, and you're wanting some good globs of power and some like solid performance, I don't think you're going to be upset with this bike. I think it's a really good bike. And look around, like Yamaha's selling crazy amounts of MT07s and MT09s right now, and there's got to be a reason why. Like, they hit that perfect price point with the style and the performance that it's good. It really is good. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have any questions about this bike. I'm more than happy to share any kind of knowledge I have with this bike, or how much it's cost, or whatever it may be. Just send me a comment. Let's chat about this. Yeah, I think that's it. Cool. It's cold right now. I don't know why. I saw a bunch of leaves falling off a tree this morning. My goodness, I was not ready for that. It's like August. Why are leaves falling off the trees? I just don't understand this. It's crazy. It's crazy, guys. Where do I want to go? Grunhall, Grazie, Biesenthal. Let's go to Biesenthal. There's no one out here. Where is everyone? Alright, I think those are my initial thoughts on this bike. Sorry for letting this video keep dragging. Let's talk more about it when I break that like 3,000 mark. That guy was a badass. So much cooler than I was. You see that guy? I was like an old BSA. Oh, so cool. Alright, let's talk about this bike again, like 3,000 kilometers. And maybe my thoughts have changed. Maybe this bike breaks in, or maybe after I put an exhaust on it, there might be more and more fun, interesting things to talk about. But Berlin Biker is out. I'm gonna go have some fun on some twisty back roads. Thanks guys for watching.